Close your eyes for a second. I want you to think of the last time you were stuck on a problem. A math problem that genuinely felt like foreign language, or a blank page staring back at you when you were trying to write a novel. Now I want you to open your eyes and think of a world where you don't have to get stuck on those problems anymore, where the limit of what you could achieve is limited by how much you knew, but how much you dare to imagine. For decades, we have always been dreaming of genie lamps and magic wands, but today we've developed something much better, which is artificial intelligence. Good morning everyone, my name is Michael Tai and I have a confession to make. I'm a time traveler. Well, I don't have a blue police box with DeLorean, but I do have a smartphone in my pocket that has more computing power than a machine that sends people to space. We are living in the age of AI, a moment people 50 years ago could only dream of. And today, I want to talk about how AI isn't just changing the world, it's rewriting the rules of what's possible for my generation. When talking about artificial intelligence, many people would often think of those sci-fi movies where robots invade the earth, right? But to me, as a 13-year-old, I see it as an ultimate level up in a video game. Well, think of a kid in a rural village having access to a private tutor that knows almost every language in the world. That's AI. Think of a doctor who can look at an image of an X-ray and spot tiny differences before it becomes a life-threatening crisis. That's AI. I'm not trying to say that AI is gonna replace us. It's here to amplify us. It's the invisible teammate that helps us think deeper, work harder, and solve problems that were once deemed impossible. Well, in my school life, AI is changing the why and the how of learning. For decades, education has been heavily based on memorizing facts, right? Why spend so long trying to remember a random date when you could find it in 2 seconds? AI is shifting the focus from memorization to creation. It means that I don't need to be a master of syntax to create a game, and I don't need to master the piano to compose music. The next great invention isn't going to come from a giant lab in Silicon Valley. Is that it's going to come from a 13-year-old bedroom right here and right now, because well, we already have the materials at disposal for those whose minds are brave enough to think differently, right? But I'm not trying to say that AI is all perfect and all, because with great power comes great responsibility. And as AI is changing the world, we must be the one to ask ourselves the hard question. How do we tell from a real and a deep fake? How do we make sure that AI is fair to everyone, but not just those who programmed it? My generation is the first generation to grow up with this technology, and it's up to us to teach us our basic human values like loving, caring, and empathy, right? Because a computer can have all the logic it wants, but it won't ever have a human heart unless we give it one. So how will AI change the world exactly? By freeing up all the repetitive and boring tasks, it will give us time to do what we do best: loving, innovating, and imagining. It would help us fight the climate crisis, find cure for diseases, by analyzing data that would normally take us decades to complete the analyzation, and it turns every I can't into every how can I. AI isn't a threat, it's a tool to help us build a future. It's not dangerous at all, it's our invisible teammate. So let's build the future together with our invisible teammate, shall we?